Breaking news. This is straight out of the ports. The executive director has warned that the ports are not rebounding and that there will still be shortages in these stores. Again, this is breaking news. We are about to see some of the worst store viewings, walkthroughs ever, according to the port director. Okay, worse than we've seen through the peak of COVID. And that is saying something. And so we all need to be listening and paying attention to what others are saying. And I'm just reporting it, okay? I don't know this for a fact. I'm only reporting what the port director of Los Angeles had to say about what's about to happen in the United States when it comes to the shipments coming out of China and hitting the ports in Los Angeles and Long Beach. So just take a minute, share this video out, leave your comments, your thoughts, and definitely hit that like button. And let's get into this video. Y'all, welcome back into Tommy Bites Homestead. So I am sitting outside of a grocery store about to go in. I know I need to be taking it easy, but y'all also need to be bringing y'all a little bit of news that hopefully you can use. And this is some breaking news. We all know about the 90-day postponement of the tariffs. Well, they dropped the tariffs down in price, but there's still an issue at the port. So let's get into that. Also, first want to start off by saying thank you so very much to all of you who sent prayers, who sent cash apps, who, I do appreciate that. That means a lot. I didn't ask for any cash apps, but definitely I could use it. And thank you. I definitely needed those prayers because God was listening to y'all and I was released yesterday. According to this article here out of Greenwire, the Port of LA inventory is not rebounding after China tariff cut, and that's not good, y'all. I mean, I already knew it was going to take a while for things to kind of reset itself, but to hear the port saying that things aren't rebounding right now is crazy. What they're saying, in short, is that there's still going to be shortages in these stores. So the Trump administration 90-day deal to lower tariffs on China is unlikely to result in large jumps at the ports for imports in the short term. Ports of Los Angeles Executive Director Gene Soroka said this on Monday. During a media press conference, the director is saying rapid changes in the U.S. trade policy and the remaining 30% tariffs on Chinese goods are still likely to result in lower inventory across retail sectors amid widespread uncertainty for American businesses. He says with trade policy shifts happening so quickly, it's a challenge for businesses, economists, and ports to forecast what exactly is going to happen, at least for the short term. It's clear that we'll see a pullback in global trade. According to this other article, which is out of Progressive Railroading, they're saying that after reporting record high cargo volumes in April, Port of Long Beach officials anticipate May shipments coming into the port in May will show a double-digit decline. Oh my goodness. Despite the highest tariffs being put on pause, consumers will feel the effects of the tariffs as fewer shipments of goods enter the port this month.
In California, that they don't have no extra anything you get. They spread it out to make it look like it's more than what it is, but it's really not. Look. They trying to make it look like, but it's not as much as it looks like it is. It's really not. They just trying to make it seem like it. I don't know what they gonna do. But look, y'all. Look at the bikinis. Now, when the hell have you ever seen an owl with candy that look like this?
So they're still expecting, you guys, for the shelves to be empty, which I knew that the shelves would still be empty because the shipments that were already being sent over were being sent over with 30 to 50% less items on them. So even though the ships have started sailing from out of China, it's going to take a while for them to come in. It's going to take a while for them to reset. So expect these empty shelves to start showing up as these retailers who ordered ahead of time before the tariffs, they're going to run out of those goods before the other shipments get in here to keep their shelves full.
Saying the ports are empty, but nobody is talking about what that really means. Zoom out for a second. Ports are the lifeblood of our economy, the arteries of the global system. Every product, every supply chain, every single thing you use daily flows through these gateways. So if they're empty, ask yourself, why? No ships, no containers, no workers, just silence. Is it a coincidence, a labor issue, or is it something deeper? Something they don't want us questioning? Because when the ports stop moving, the system starts breaking. It means food shortages, delays on essentials, inflation on steroids. It means the things you used to take for granted could become luxuries overnight. Diapers, gas, medicine, parts. It all comes through those docks. And here's the scary part. No one's giving real answers. The media stays silent, brushing it off. Officials dodge questions. And while most people scroll on through their timelines, you're watching this because you feel something's off. Is this a dry run for controlled collapse? A supply chokehold to spark panic, compliance, or both? It's not just about ports being empty. It's about who benefits when shelves go bare. Watch the patterns, connect the dots, and stay woke, because the game they're playing isn't just economic, it's psychological. Control the goods, control the people. And right now, the ports are empty.
Business has slowed down, as you mentioned. We're seeing as a result, the ports here in the U.S., the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
Yeah, no, that means we lose less money. You know, when I see that, that means we lose less money.
He said it's okay. He's basically saying that it's okay for the ports to run empty like they are. He's also saying that it's okay for the truck drivers to lose their jobs because more money is coming into the U.S. with the tariffs. Now, I will say this. That is correct. There's more money coming into the U.S. with the tariffs, but at what cost? Thousands of truck drivers losing their jobs. A lot of these truck drivers are starting to get laid off and starting to lose their jobs, man, because it looks like the money that's being pulled into the United States from the tariffs, it's going to bring more money to the U.S., but it's not bringing any jobs to the U.S.
The reason it's good to get different articles because you can get different opinions on things and you get different people speaking. So back to the warning from the director of the port. He says, well, the head of the busiest U.S. container port doesn't expect a big jump in import shipments during the pause in China tariffs. Next, we will see an uptick in vessel bookings from China, but I don't see a huge surge that will impact the port of Los Angeles, meaning they're not going to get a lot of things in. So Soroka, which is the director, executive director, Gene Soroka, he says in a monthly media briefing, probably less than 30% that we had during the peak of COVID is what we're going to see. From all of the stakeholders we talk with and all the data we review, we are seeing bookings pick up in Asia ports, but prices are still very much elevated, leading retailers, manufacturers, and other importers to carefully evaluate their strategies as far as how much they're going to be ordering, because it's still costing them a lot. Representatives from China and the U.S. on May 12th agreed to temporarily pause reciprocal tariffs for 90 days. slashing levies on Chinese goods from 145 to 30%, but that's still a lot of money, y'all. Heading into June, July, and the beginning of the traditional peak shipping season, Soroka expects a 4-week stretch with port volume at 70 to 80% to normal. Goods in China that were sitting and waiting to move, we can deal with that. He said there has been lower ship utilization than liners. So they have capacity to fill, but we don't see that we'll have it surge in cargo, that will have ships waiting at anchor like before during the pandemic. In fact, one logistics company told me that the vessel bookings 3 weeks out are only 80% of what it is usually. So you are going to see empty shelves, y'all. Please stock up your homes. This is very, very important that you have what you need until everything can start coming in and resetting itself. These companies are not ordering high volumes like they were because they're still paying a lot of money in tariffs.
People, it takes 3 to 4 months for a cargo ship to get to LA from China. 3 to 4 months. We're gonna find out real soon what's sitting on all of these boats right now, because we're not gonna have it.
So I just wanted to bring you a little bit of news that you can use. Y'all take care, stay safe, hit that like button, share this video out so more people will know, hey, yeah, there's a pause, but there's going to be empty shelves, and we're going to start seeing them really, really soon.